Are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
All right.
Yes. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
All right. Here, Miss Hay. How are you, Miss Novlet? Mrs. Simmonette, all is well?
Yes, I am doing great, and I'm so excited to have you on with us this afternoon. I'm
Absolutely.
super excited. It's my pleasure to have you on this afternoon.
I'm excited to be here.
Right. I know some of our people probably are there waiting to log on. And so while
We'll probably just have to give them a little time to log on.
wait to get this going, yeah, because I'm seeing here where
I'm gonna share the chat in some WhatsApp groups as well. Let me go ahead and do that. Simonette.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We have been having seem like it's some internet issues that we have been faced with, but I know it's going to be a very good afternoon, and you will walk away with a whole lot that you can learn from what we have to offer as a company, Step by Step Consultancy. And thank you so much, Chantal, for joining us. I'm happy to have you on. Please reach out to your friends and let them know that we are on. We are live.
I think she's saying that she's not hearing.
Not hearing. Are you hearing now, Chantal? Let me know if you are hearing. Just put it in the chat, guys. let us know. We're having a bit of trouble, but I know it is going to be a very, very, very good afternoon. We're having some internet issues, and so I'm so sorry about that. For some reason, internet was going fine, and then it just went off just now. And
Oh,
you're
she
here.
said she's hearing now.
Okay,
Good.
great, great, great,
Please
great, great.
share it with your people.
Yes, so please share, please share, please share, please share it that we are on, and we have a whole lot what we are going to discuss this afternoon. So I'm going to go right ahead who we have right there. Say thanks to Russell for joining us. And at this time, guys, I have with me this afternoon, which is my pleasure, my good friend, my very good friend, and I'm so excited and happy to have her on. I have with me Dr. SallyAnn Gray. I want to make sure that I get that right. Dr. SallyAnn Gray with me this afternoon, and she will be our host, and she'll be taking us through this afternoon's proceedings. So I want you to just give a shout out to Dr. SallyAnn Gray for being on with us. And we're coming to you live from Step by Step Consultancy. Those of you who have been following us, you know that we are a recruiting agency. We recruit international teachers and we place them in classrooms all over in the United States. And so I am a Jamaican, and SallyAnn also is a Jamaican. And we love to share our stories with people so that those who are planning, those who are thinking, I want you to know that there are some positive stories that come out of us being here. And I'm not saying that everything with everybody is all positive, but I know that there are some positive stories that we can share with you this afternoon that you can learn from. And at this time, I'm going to call on Dr. SallyAnn Gray. Thank you so much for coming this afternoon, Dr. Gray.
Thank you for having me, Mrs. Simmonette. So I'm just going to jump in. I wanted this to just be an opportunity for teachers who had been asking me about the program, how it works. You know, it's not my agency. I just know Mrs. Simmonette. And so this is just for a learning opportunity for teachers who are across the Caribbean, who are interested in how can I access an opportunity in the United States. There are several agencies that you can go through, but I am definitely recommending Step by Step Consultancy because I know the heart that they have for teachers and that they do have connections. They help you with getting here and getting settled. And one of the things that you may not find with other agencies is that because it's Jamaican owned, and Mrs. Simmonette went through the process of getting her immigration situation in order on her own, she is able to advise the teachers as to the best ways that they can navigate this space. So I definitely wanted to provide that opportunity. One thing that I will say is I am 43 years old and I have been a trained teacher since I was 21. Okay. I went to the Michael University College in Jamaica. I'm a graduate of Michael. And I actually went to Michael back in the day when it was just the diploma that you could get. These days you can go there and do 4 years and get the degree. So I'm a little bit upset about the teachers who can just go there one shot and get the degree. But I had to do 3 years. I got the diploma, and then I had to teach for 1 year as what they call a pre-trained teacher. And then I went back and I did the joint program between Michael and UWI. for 2 additional years to get my bachelor's degree. So it took me all of 5 years to get my bachelor's. I'm a trained special education teacher, right? And I definitely think that it has served me well, that training that I got in Jamaica. So big up to Jamaica, big up to all the teachers colleges in Jamaica, big up to the Caribbean, and big up to all the teacher training institutions across the Caribbean. That being said, we understand the economic challenges that comes with, living in a developing country. I don't like to call my country a third world country. Or I said, Dahlia, is it Dahlia or Dahlia? She said, go my Konya, and yes, girl. But we understand all the economic challenges that comes along with living in Jamaica or some other Caribbean territories. A lot of persons may think that it may serve family in a better way to have the opportunity and have a choice outside of their home country. And that is where organizations like Step by Step comes in. Okay. Now, a little bit about my story. My first teaching program was in 2006. Okay. 2006 to 2009, I taught in North Carolina, and I was on a program called VIF, Visiting International Faculty. That was when teaching programs just
we're having challenges, but we need to get through this afternoon. We're having some challenges.
Oh, you're not hearing me?
Just chat. Let me know what you are seeing.
Oh, it seems like Novlet is having some challenges. Are you guys hearing me though? Can you hear me? Type in the chat, say yes, no, maybe so. Can you hear me? Because I can just keep going until she comes back. Seems like she's having some internet issues. Okay, I'll keep going. She'll jump back in. So a little bit about my story. So from 2006 to 2009, I taught in North Carolina. Okay, so that was like I taught in Jamaica for 2 years, and then an opportunity came up where VIF, Visiting International Faculty, came to Jamaica, and they were recruiting teachers. Now, back in those days, it was such an easy and simpler process. And I think because of the laws surrounding the J1 visa at the time, they were able to do more for the teachers. I've seen that change. Okay, so I came up on a J visa. A J visa is a work exchange thing. Some people are able to get the J visa while they're in college and the work exchange, all the things. And that visa requires a waiver. So guys, I got the waiver, and then I was looking for teaching jobs to see if a school district could sponsor me. Nothing. So with tears in my eyes, I ended up going back to Jamaica, because one thing about me too cute for them on the run. I was not gonna do it. So I say, you know what? It's true. I'm gonna go back home to Jamaica. So I went back home. I got a job with Heart Trust NTA, and I was writing curriculum for the Jamaican government for a number of years. I think I was home for 5 years, and then an opportunity presented itself again. By this time, I'm now married and I have my son. And, my husband said, okay, well, babe, I could take a try. So then I came back to the US on another J visa, and I came with a company called EPI. Make sure you're taking notes. It's Educational Partners International. Now, VIF, I think they're still around, but their name has changed. So if you probably Google Visiting International Faculty, you may see another name. I don't really know what their thing is now, because that was back in the day when international teaching program just run. So I did that, went back to Jamaica, worked for 5 years, get married, have my son, and then another opportunity presented itself through EPI. They are Educational Partners international. So I came up, I believe EPI is still in existence, okay? So Educational Partners International, now I came up, and this time I was now in South Carolina. So I was in South Carolina from 2014 to 2017, 3 years. I thought I was going to get the extension to stay the 5 years, because with the J visa, you can apply for an additional 2 years. But mine was denied because I had applied for the waiver years before. And anytime you apply for a waiver under any J visa, it changes your intention. It is basically saying that you don't want to just come and visit and teach. You have an immigrant mindset. And so they denied that. And with tears in my eyes, I had to come back to Jamaica because I got a letter saying that I had X amount of days to leave the country. My ball, because my husband and I were getting ready to purchase a home in the US and all the things. So back in Jamaica, one thing you're going to know about me, I'm going to bloom where I'm planted. So we just make Jamaica work. And I say I'll never come back to America unless I'm on an H visa, because the J visa has too many complications. Not doing it. So the thing about the J visa is it depends on where you are at in your life. If you are single, and you just run come up for those boom, bam, boom, and you have an intention to possibly get married or whatever it is, I'm not telling anybody to run off or do anything illegal, it may work. If you're in Jamaica and you want to leave ASAP, it may be the best visa. It's easier to get on a J program, but it is not the best long-term option for a family. The H visa it's a better option for long-term possibilities toward a green card, but it is harder in the beginning. So the J visa, your husband or wife, whoever is the teacher, whether it's husband or wife or whatever, your spouse can get a work permit. I think it's like 90 days after you apply. So once they enter the country, you can apply for the work permit, and it takes somewhere about 90 days to process. And then, your partner can work. In my experience, I've seen majority, it's the female, it's the wife who is the teacher, and then the husband come. Now, if you know anything about Jamaican men, them don't want to sit down and wait at home for no woman can go work and this and that, and then they can't, support their family. So that becomes an issue. So in the short term, the J visa is better. In the long term, the H visa is better. It's very hard to get a H-1B. And to get a district to sponsor you. So I'm leading up to somewhere. Yeah, it has been a rough journey. As somebody said, Rudolph, somebody said, oh, Chantal says this sounds like a rough journey. Yeah. So when I tell people, I don't speak on things that I don't know, guys. That's one thing you'll learn about me. I do not speak on things that I know nothing about. Teaching, education, J visa, H visa, that is my lane. Okay. And so I've advised a lot of young teachers. I'm not encouraging anybody to leave their country or run off, but if that is something that you are interested in, I want to offer valuable and viable solutions for teachers who are looking to kind of just lift up, because we all know that Jamaica is hard, especially for a teacher, because by the time you buy your little house, many of us as a teacher in Jamaica, if you don't get help from your parents, talk truth, or you must start the truth, If you don't get help from your parents, you have to just ease yourself with a house in Old Harbor, Spanish Town. Maybe you can go up to Portmore, because the houses are so expensive in Jamaica. You have to take off your arm and your foot and your leg. It's a cartel ticket to just even, you understand? It's a big thing. So economically, most teachers want an option outside of their home country within the Caribbean. All right. So that being said, what do I say now? So I ended up going back home the second time off the J visa. And then I got an opportunity in Savannah, Georgia, where the district did the H visa, and then the H visa led to a green card opportunity. To God be every single glory, because I've been on this journey for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
And so God did a thing for me. Okay? To God.
Amen. 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 Glory
You
to
know,
God.
but I say all of that to say, guys, that it is a journey. It is hard. Nothing in life is easy. And so for me personally, when I come across agencies and persons who are doing teacher sponsorship, who have a heart for the people, because everybody doesn't have a heart for the people. You want to be among persons who will advise you well. They will say to you, all right, you and your husband not come first. Maybe if you're not gonna come, you have to do it this way. All right, you have your children. If you have somebody in Jamaica that can keep the kids maybe for the first 6 months or whatever, they will kind of help you and hold your hand, because they're gonna need that. The Americans can't advise you that way, because guess what? They don't know the struggle. And so when I met Mrs. Simmonette, and she has her own journey, someone who came to the US on a visa, and now she's in a position to own a business in the United States, to help other teachers and chart a way. I said to her, absolutely, I will stand in agreement with you. I don't own the company. I don't have any affiliation with the company outside the fact that I know her, but I know her heart for people. And so I said, I will absolutely lend my voice to help you spread the word, because I think it is important that you guys yoke up yourself. Y'all know I'm a woman of God, right? So you have to yoke up yourself with the right people so that they can help to move you and your family forward in a very organized way. You don't want any confusion in your process, and people who can advise you well. And so it is against that backdrop that we're on tonight. So yes, I'm going to ask Novlet some questions, I guess, and then in between, she can share, a little bit about her agency, what they do, how they can support. I know she has a launch coming up in January, and so I told her, listen, I will share it with as many teachers as I know. So, some teachers are already physically here. Some are on J visas. They may want to transfer from the J to the H. You can help them, right? Yes. Some teachers are physically in their home country. They must have to be Jamaica alone, and they want to come up. Some teachers are here and they're doing well, but they know teachers back home who need an opportunity. So that is why we're here, guys. So we can come to America and be good now and don't think that we want to help the people behind us who would want an opportunity. That's not how we roll, right? So I'm going to hand over to Mrs. Simmonette now, and I'm gonna ask you first and foremost, woman of God, share a little bit about yourself and Step by Step Consultancy, when you started, why you started, and the services that you offer.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Gray. It's my pleasure, and I'm so excited to have you on our program this afternoon, because I know you have a whole lot to share and words of encouragement that you can give to my viewers. So my name again is Novlet Simmonette. I'm the owner of Step by Step Consultancy. We are a recruiting agency, where we recruit teachers and place them in classrooms here in the United States. Right now, where our main focus is on the H-1B visa, but comes 2025, we'll also be doing J-1 visas as well. But right now, presently, our focus is really on the H-1B. Now, my reason, I came here in 2018. Let me just give you a little backdrop. I came here in 2018. When I came here in 2018, I had it very, very rough. Rough in the sense of finding somewhere, finding the social security office, getting a bank account open, finding, I think I said, somewhere to live. Those were some of the things that we went through. And because of that, I told myself that as soon as I'm able to, I am going to start an agency where I can offer those services to my clients. So based on that background, the struggle, I remember we could not find anywhere to live for a long period of time. We stayed into a hotel. Staying into a hotel, I ended up had to call my mom and say, Mom, I need some money because I run out of the little money that I brought up here. Because you can imagine to pay for hotel. I think it was might be for a week or so we were in there, could not find anywhere. You tell me if how many of us coming from Jamaica is able to stay into a hotel for so long, right? So based on that, we struggled. I run out of money and different things like that. When we were to go to the Social Security office, we had problems until we got in this school system and found somebody who was willing to help us with that. And it was really rough.
It seems like Mrs. Simonette, her internet is a little bit unstable, it would seem like. So guys, well, let me go ahead and tell you. I'm going to look for some of the information. Can you hear me though? I know her signal is unstable. It seems like she has been kicked off, but can you hear me? Because I will just keep talking with you guys. All right, so until she comes on, do you guys have any questions about international programs? Are you guys here in the US or are you in Jamaica, or you know where are you at in your process, and what do you need support with? I'm trying to look for the information about the launch she has coming up in January. Where are you guys in your process? Who needs help? Who needs support? Do you know somebody in Jamaica who needs the support? What? Ask the questions. And make sure you see that her website is running across the bottom. Okay, so somebody it says in the US, and I would love to know how I could transfer to H. All right. So Mrs. Simonette is having a launch in January. I believe it's January 24th. There is a registration link. So if you go onto the website, it's stepbystepconsultancy.org. Go on there, and there should be somewhere where you can sign up for the registration that she has coming up, the event that she has coming up, where she can, help you guys and give you more information to transfer. So someone is asking, when is a good time to apply for the H-1B? Coralie, so when you talk about when is a good time, I know that there is usually, it depends on who you go through. Says my sound is going in and out. It depends on who you go through. If you're going through a school district, and the school district does not have an alliance with like a local university, then I think they have to apply by like October 15th, right? So you have to make sure that you're working with the lawyer, and they will let you know when exactly is the best time. But you can apply at any time, really. It depends on the school district and what provisions they are filing the H visa under. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think that there are some school districts that can file for an H visa at any time throughout the school year. Savannah Chatham County Schools, where I am at, that's one of the districts that I know is, sponsoring teachers heavily. I know Mrs. Simonette is in Arizona, and she has alliances with a few school districts there that is doing H visas as well. Okay, Katrina says that she's in a teacher in Jamaica who needs support. So Katrina, go ahead and go to stepbystepconsultancy.org and look through. There are options where you can like book a consultancy session with Miss Simmonette, and there is an event that she has coming up in January to kind of help you guys. Yes, Rian, the first thing to do before switching from J to H is apply for your waiver. I think with the waiver, the best thing that you can do, I think you have to send it through the embassy, the embassy here, the Jamaican embassy in Washington D.C., and then they send it to Jamaica, and it goes through, I think, Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Education. They have to sign off on it. So like if you owe money in Jamaica or you owe them time for any reason at all, like if you're bonded for any reason, then it's going to be rejected. So you have to make sure that all your bills and everything in Jamaica are paid off so that they will approve it, and things of that nature. So you definitely have to make sure that you get the waiver. But Miss Simonette is back on.
Yes, thank you so much.
Her story and then get into persons were asking questions like someone says that they're in Jamaica and they want to come and they need support. Somebody is here and they're on a J visa and they'd like to switch to a H, so they want to know how your agency can support.
Okay, so as I was saying, that we do all of that kind of support for people. Now, if they register with us, what we do, once you register with our company, we have what is called a teacher's catalog. You submit all your documents, your resumes through our teacher's catalog. We have school districts that we are working with. So principals and HRs will go to the teacher's catalog and they will look at your resume and they will select the teachers from the catalog that they need. Also, I have some kind of influence on some schools as well, where I can, when I look at your documents as well, I can say to a principal, this candidate I think will fit your school best or will work in that position best. So we have the teacher's catalog. So the first thing a teacher needs to do is to go to our website, register with us, go to our teacher's catalog and upload your documents. That's the next thing. Step by Step Consultancy is the only agency that I know of have what is called a teacher's catalog, where we submit all our documents there and have principals, HRs, and even superintendents have access to that catalog. So it's not anybody go to that catalog, that section of our website. Only principals, HRs, or superintendents, if they are involved like that. Because I have a superintendent working with right now that she's very much involved. Very much involved. So they would go to the teacher's catalog and they would select teachers from there. So you need to go to the catalog and you need to go and register with our company. Was there any other question? Did I answer the question from the person who asked how we can help? Because I'm not seeing that. Thank you so much, Kenisha, for signing up with us. Okay, so I saw somebody say they are in Jamaica and need support. What kind of support do you need, Katrina? You need to let us know the kind of support. You can also go to our website and you can book a consultation with us, and one of my team member will meet with you. So if it's not me, there's another team member who will meet with you and take you through the process. All right. Was there any other question that I missed, Sally?
Oh, no. Oh, you unmuted the mic. Yes. Those were the two that I saw And then someone said that they signed up already, but they are on hold because their husband won't be able to work on the H4. Because that's the thing. I was telling them that the J visa, it doesn't lead to our green card, but it is easier to get and it have more perks in the short term. But then what's the plan after the
Right.
3 to 5 years? Right.
Right.
Maybe you can educate a little bit about that.
Right. So for me, one of the reason why, and I can't say some of the details on this live, but if you book a consultation, I can go into some details. But my company, we focus on the H1B because it leads to green card. Also, what we do is to try to find schools that we know will offer that. Probably I don't want to say in the long run, but and it's not in the short term either, because you're not going to go to a school and within 6 months they start looking about a green card for you. So within a time period, we try to have that conversation with the schools to say, you know what do you think about these people? Are they working? What do you think? How about offering this green card to them? So we try to do that for our clients as well. That most of the schools that we place them, we try to reach out to those HR superintendents, because what I do is to build relationships with superintendents. To be honest with you, I have some friends and I build relationship with them. And so because I have that relationship with them, I'm able to communicate with them on a certain level for them to help persons. Because I know when you come here, you don't really want to go back home like that. You want to stay, because I love my country. But when you listen to some of the things, you know that people want changes in their life. They want a change. And so my intention is to help as many persons, even though it's not just Jamaicans, because we have people sign up with our company from all over the world. Some of the places I'm like, oh my God, all over the world, we have persons' applications from. But I look out, I look after, and whatever I can do to help, I try to help the best way that I can. And our company, as I've said, making sure that the small things, because those are the small things like housing. When you come, I've had stories with people who they come here, they stay with somebody, and a lot of times the experience is not what you want it to be. Right? So we try our best to make sure that we find some kind of housing for you until you get here. Again, we don't pay the rent for you. We try to organize for you to be picked up at the airport. So you don't have to worry yourself about being picked up at the airport. It doesn't matter where we place you. We make connections there to have somebody pick you up at the airport. So we look about housing. We try to take you out for at least the first 2 days to make sure that you have your bank account sorted out, to make sure your social security, the company also, because some states you have to pay for your teacher's license. So as a company, we pay for your teacher's license. It doesn't matter what the cost is, but we pay for your teacher's license as well. Any other question? Anybody else have any? How can I sign up for the program? Okay, so I saw somebody ask, once you go to our website, and the website is running on the screen, it is stepbystepconsultancy.org. So once you go on our website, we have every step-by-step way in which to register. So you need to have your documents. Make sure that you have your first degree. That's the first thing. You must have your first degree and at least 2 years of teaching experience. However, I have school districts that I communicate with and will take a teacher like a year teaching experience. So that again is another plus for Step by Step Consultancy because of the connections that we have been having in different states. And I know the next question that you may ask: where are the states that we place people? So we're communicating with school districts in Texas. We're communicating with school districts in Georgia, in Arizona, in Mississippi, in Louisiana right now, those are some states that we are communicating with. And comes January is when you'll find that more principals and so on will be going into our teachers catalog. So you want to make sure that you register with us before January. Okay, I just saw somebody said, thank you so much, Dean. Dean just said that he is blessed to be here teaching here because of Step by Step Consultancy. Thank you so much, Dean, for saying that. I appreciate those words from you. It seemed like Dr. Gray got bumped out, but we will continue. Guys, I want to inform you about our launch coming up. Our company is going 3 years old, and so we have decided that we are going to do a big launch, and I want you to put it on your calendar, and that will be January 24. Now listen carefully. I want you to go on our website. When you go to our website, you are going to sign up if you want to be face to face. You let us know that you're going to come, because it's going to be a face to face event as well as live stream. So it's going to be face to face as well as live stream. So you want to make sure that for January 24, support your people. And that's what I believe in, 100% supporting my people. So on January 24, you want to make sure that you sign up to be at our launch. We are going to have superintendents there. We're going to have a superintendent talking about step-by-step consultancy, how we have helped them through the process to get their school CAP exempt. And more than one superintendent will be there. We're going to have principals there. So you want to make sure that you show up just in case you are thinking about that you can learn some more about what we do as a company and the different schools that we are connected with. So on January 24, you want to make sure, I'm calling all teachers, make sure that you register to be on our launch day, to be on the live or in person. We're going to have food, we're going to have giveaways, we're going to have speakers that will be talking about the company, their experience. We're going to have teachers who will be talking about their experience with the company, how Step by Step Consultancy have helped them to be here in the United States of America and is now teaching here, and how we help them through the process. Because as the company name is Step by Step, that's what we do. We give you step by step guide into your dream, because this is your dream. And if you watch our social media pages, you will realize that our theme for the launch is Dream Big, Teach Bold. That's what we're talking about. Dream big, teach bold, and we're going to elevate lives one student at a time. One student at a time. All right. Any more question? Teacher, and would really appreciate relocating and teaching abroad. Sure. Make sure that you reach out to us. We are here to help you, and we are here to guide you through the process. Any other question? What is the cost to sign up with your company? The registration fee is only $150 to register, and we take no more money from you. $150 once you register with us, that's it. The registration fee, that's it. We communicate with our schools with everything else. So all you register with is $150, and that's it. Any other question?
One thing I will say, guys, please share this opportunity with every teacher that you know who has a desire. And you, like I said, you want to get yoked up with the right people. Walk them through a little bit, Mrs. Simmonette, about the length of the process. So I'm a teacher in Jamaica. I go onto your website and I sign up. Somebody has a question about the switching. But if I just go on your website and I sign up from tonight and I pay my $150, walk them through the process of what happens from there. Not just the launch in January, but more information about how they can work with the company and the process, the length of the time. I want to leave Jamaica by June when I finish my current teaching assignment. What does that look like?
All right, so the season starts comes January. That is when most schools, based on my communication with them, say, okay, Mrs. Simonette, in January, we'll talk to you about how many teachers we are going to need, what we're going to need, and who we are going to need, right? So from January, when we start, once we start in January, then by June, thereabout, July, everything should be in place. You should do your interview and all of. Once you are selected, so first you submit your documents through the teacher's catalog. We review your document, and if there's anything else that you would need, we would send you an email, or you'll get a call from one of my team members. After we've done that and you are settled and everything, you pay your registration and everything, we start looking for jobs for you. Once we find a job for you, then we have a lawyer that the company works with, as well as if the school district has their own lawyer, then we will work through the school district lawyers, because we submit documents, we set up the interviews for you. Once you do the interview, you are accepted, then we start sending over, because we do the documents, so we send over your documents to the lawyer that is doing the process. So once we have done that and sent over, then the lawyer starts preparing the documents for the USCIS, and then they send those to the USCIS. Now, with the USCIS and with what is happening in America, I can't tell you that you will get here me, because it is a process. But what I do know is that for most people that we have worked with, once we start the process in January, February, takes like 6 months, I would say. We usually, the lawyer will tell you about 7 months, but I usually tell people it takes like 6 months. And I've seen it worked out faster than that, quicker than 6 months as well. So once you have your evaluation, that is very important, guys. Make sure you have your documents evaluated. We have a company that we work with, Spantron. So Spantron knows Step By Step Consultancy, because we work with them. So once you send your document to be evaluated with Spantron, then they will send it back to us, and we will send it off to the lawyers or the school district, whatever. But we submit the documents on your behalf. So you don't do a lot. Once you register with us and you submit your documents, we check them. Once you get it evaluated, and if you need anything else, we will let you know that, okay, you need to submit this, you need to submit that. We also, as a company, and I just want to say this, Dr. Gray, as a company, we try our best to make sure we do some kind of background check as well, because we don't want to place teachers in school districts that will go there and, how do I put this? Give us a bad reputation or a bad name, and a school may call and say, you know what, I don't want anybody else from Step By Step Consultancy. So usually we do a background check, because we want to make sure that you are the right fit for the school. But one thing I can tell you is that every teacher that is registered with us, we try our best to make sure that we set up interviews for them. And so far, we have been doing a very good job with that, setting up interviews with schools for teachers. Right now, we have a number, even though what you call it now, we're almost at the end of the first term for school. We have teachers that will be coming up soon because a school reach out to me, Mrs. Simmonette, we need some teachers. We need a number of teachers. And so once you register and you're ready to relocate, you might just get a call to say, you know what, this school needs some teachers. Are you ready? And so right now we're in the process of placing teachers. Did I make it clear, Dr. Gray? Is there anything you think I'm leaving out?
No, I think that you were very succinct in that. Someone wants to know how they can switch from the J visa, and then can I sign up with a diploma? I think you have to have a degree. You have to have a bachelor's.
Have to have a first degree. And let me say this also, Dr. Gray, one of the things that we do that you'll not find many agencies doing that is that we prepare our teachers for the interview as well. So we don't just send you to do an interview, but we also prepare you for the interview. So we are not saying that you must be asked these questions or they're going to ask you, but we're saying that we look at a pool of questions that they may ask, the possibilities, and we get our teachers, we set you up in a way as if this is the actual interview that you are doing with us. You may see my face look very serious or my partner's face looking very serious or something, but we just try to make you get you comfortable in taking and doing the interview. So that's another part of what we do, the service that we offer to our teachers as well. Somebody, how can a person switch from J? The first thing you need is to get your waiver. Once you have your waiver, but let me say this to you guys, that you have to be very smart when doing the waiver, because and I prefer, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. I want you to reach out to me because this is a live and we have our YouTube channel. So it means that this is going to be on our YouTube channel. And so if you need more information, reach out to me and we will guide you through the steps. Even doing a waiver, I had someone on just last week that I guided through the waiver process. So we help you through the waiver process. Just book a consultation with us, a date, and we will take you through the process. Somebody's asking, can someone spouse in the US with a H4 get a job with your company? Again, that is I can answer that question. You can reach out to me, send me an email, and we can discuss this, because you're asking about my personal company. It is something, once you have H4, you cannot work in the United States. But again, reach out to me and we can discuss, we can talk about it. How can a person switch from the J1 after they have, I think I answered that already, that the first thing you need to have is your waiver. Once you get your waiver, guys, and you put applications out there to get a job, the waiver is what you need. You cannot get a waiver if you owe money in Jamaica, right? You cannot get your waiver if you owe money in Jamaica. In particular, what's that place?
Student Loan Bureau.
Student Loan Bureau, if you owe. And remember this, what I always say, even if it's not you who owe the money, but you sign for somebody. And just last week, somebody told me that even if the person is paying the money, you have to get your name off it. So once you owe, the person is paying, they're still not going to give you the waiver. You'd have to get your name off it. That's what I learned recently, because it happens to this person who told me that the person was paying, but because they signed the document, they were not able. They told them that no, when they call them, it can't work like that. All right. Thank you so much. Can someone spouse? Okay, I answered. I'm not able to say that right now.
Right, and someone
spouse, a discussion
yes, so
that we
are,
can have, and I'm not saying
personal questions. And
yes,
I think
yes,
you've been answering all
you
of them.
can answer those on the line. Right. We can't answer some questions on the live, but you can reach out to. Thank you, Dahlia. Thomas says, great company to work with. I appreciate you so much, Dahlia. And also I had Dean who said thanks to Step by Step Consultancy as well, who helped him to be here working in the United States. So we have been doing some great things. And so far, some teachers that we have placed have been moving mountains in the schools. And the report that we are getting back at Step by Step Consultancy, trust me, it's great. It's excellent. So we are really doing a good job to place the teachers to the right fit, because that's what we want to make sure that you fit in where we place you. All right. To me, the person was paying, but it was not a hard process to get my name off. Oh, okay. So here Ryan said that that happened to her as well. The person was paying, but she had to get her name off. Right. So that person was correct. Thank you so much. I think somebody asked where will be the function be held in January. It will be here in Arizona. It will be here in Arizona, and the address and everything. So if you need to know more information, just go again to our website and you will get the address where it will be held. And it will be starting at, is it 6 p.m. here in Arizona, and we will be having live stream as well. So please make sure you tell your friends about it so that they can come out, whether in person. But if you're coming in person, please let us know, because food will be there. You ever hear them talk about, one food run out and some people get and some don't get? So make sure that if you're going to be in person, we would need to know so that we can send you that invite for the in person. But on live, anybody, everybody is invited on the live. Thank you so much. All right, Dr. Gray, do you have anything else that you want to say? Do we have um, any more question coming from my people? And again, I just want to say thank you so much for joining our team, Step by Step Consultancy. I consider this to be a team, and I consider it to be a God bless company. As a Christian woman of God, I call myself a Christian entrepreneur, and I believe that God is going to move mountains through this company as we continue to pray. I have people who pray for us right through, and so we are giving God thanks for the blessing. I'm not going to leave out my God, because I know that where I'm standing, even my green card, and I think if you watch my videos, you will see one of them when I talk about my green card process, that it never took me very long to get my green card. So even though the lawyer was telling me it might take me 3-4 years, up to 6 years, it never took me very long. It took me like a year and something to get my green card. So, and my family. So I know what
And
it is to
I got
pray.
my own within 6-7 months,
See, that's what I'm
which is
talking
a
about,
very
baby.
short time. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. When you trust God. And I just want to
Wow.
encourage somebody on this life to just trust God. Whatever
Trust God.
your situation is, once you put it in God's hand, He is going to work it out. I don't leave my God out of anything at all.
Nothing.
My God is center focus. And
To
so don't
God
let
be
me
the
start preaching here. Don't let me start preaching. God is
Listen,
center.
it took me 17 years after the promise. So to walk in the fullness of what God had shown me. But if you trust him, if you continue to bloom where you're planted in your process, as God works you through your process, you'll come out victorious. And I believe that for everybody on the call who wants the opportunity for themselves and their family. But you have to stay steadfast, committed to the process. So whatever it is that you need to get done, don't bother drag your feet. So if you sign up with Step by Step Consultancy and you have to create your profile and upload the things, your process goes as fast as you want it to go, from the perspective of how diligent you are.
Mhm.
You understand? So you have a role to play in that as well. I
And
see someone, Miss Phillips, she says, I'm a teacher and would really appreciate relocating and teaching abroad. So do you want to, maybe she came on late.
mhm.
So I'm not sure
Okay.
her
So
if
you just
her
want to,
concern was addressed.
oh, I'm not sure. Um,
Someone asked, where will the launch be held?
okay.
In person. Oh, okay, it will be in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, it will
someone was
be.
asking for the email address. But if you just go to stepbystepconsultancy.org and sign up through the website, right? Everything is there.
Yeah, everything is on the website, but I can put in the chat
Yeah, drop
the
it in the
email
chat.
address as well. I can drop it here. And I'm also going to put our number there as well. So it's info@stepbystepconsultancy.org. And I'm going to also put our number. Okay. All right. So thank you so much. If you have no more question, thank you guys. I'm seeing some messages coming in on my phone as well. Dr. Gray, do you have anything else that you would want to share with our people this afternoon?
No, I would just say, if it is that this is something that you want, the ball is in your court to be diligent and proactive about what you're doing. Make sure that you follow the instructions. Make sure that you create your profile and upload, because step by step can only help you to the degree that you want to be helped, right? You have to meet the requirement, and you just have to be diligent in what it is that you're doing. And once you do your part, then God will do the rest, right? I just encourage everyone to jump on the website, sign up, and make sure that you're at the launch in January, so that you can get the information that you need to push through to the next level, and definitely share it with your friends and colleagues, your fellow educators. We don't want to hog information. We want to make sure that we are, sharing and paying things forward, so that we can all move, so that we can all grow and access our goals together. We can go higher together, right? And so I just want to encourage everyone, take heart. It may seem overwhelming. It may seem like a lot, but once you put God in what you're doing, He is going to make a way where there is no way. So I just encourage you guys to press and push, so that you can get exactly what it is that you're desiring in this next season of your life. I'm so excited for you all, and I just can't wait to hear the testimonies of what God will do, or has done once He does it in your life through Step by Step Consultancy. And I'm just excited to be a part of this process, if it's only just to help to facilitate the sharing of information. And remember that information is the primary and chief thing, but with all that get understanding. So once you do the personal consultation, ask all the questions that are relevant for you, so that you can make a more informed decision for you and your family. All right, so that's what I have. I see where Marsha is asking if I'm an elementary teacher. No, ma'am. I've never taught elementary. I've always taught at the high school level. I'm currently not teaching. I'm a transition specialist for the school district. So I help with graduation rate, making sure that their graduation rate doesn't drop below a certain percentage. And I help families and students chart out what they do next with their lives post graduation. So I help with transition from high school. So I'm now in a district role, but I'm a trained special ed teacher, and I've always taught at the high school level.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When we come here as Jamaicans, and we're going to wrap up, but I just want to encourage somebody. I came out of a position of a literacy coach. I was out of classroom for over 3 years. Is what I'm saying? When you
the goal is to grow. We don't come to be stuck in the classroom, right?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So once you come here and you do your part, just work. And I always encourage us as Jamaicans, when they bring us here, they don't want us to come and change their system and their culture and their curriculum either. They will listen to you and take your advice. But I know how we are very strong. So you have to learn to come, just humble yourself, just do what you're asked to do, and gradually you'll be surprised to see how the opportunities come for you to implement changes that you can implement. Again, guys, it was my pleasure having you on. I enjoyed the chat with Dr. Gray and the questions that you have asked. I hope we have answered all the questions. I just want to say thank you so much for joining us, and look out again for next week. We will have another live with somebody else next week that will be coming on. So thank you so much for joining us, and just follow our page. Follow our page. We are here to help and to support you in every way that we can. God bless you and have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. God bless. Bye bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
So we have ended.